rise as you are able for the procession of today's white coat recipients. Welcome, family and friends, esteemed faculty and staff, to the white coat ceremony for the Sonoran University of Health Sciences class of spring 2024. We are happy that you could join us today to witness this important milestone in their journey to becoming naturopathic physicians. To provide insight into what this occasion means and the significance of this moment, I'd like to introduce our President and CEO, Dr. Paul Mittman. Dr. Mittman holds a Doctor of Naturopathic Medicine degree from the National College of Naturopathic Medicine and a Doctor of Higher Education Management from the University of Pennsylvania. He practiced naturopathic medicine for 25 years, 12 years in private practice, and 13 years after joining SCNM. Dr. Mittman has received the American Association of Naturopathic Professions President's Award in 1990, the Arizona Naturopathic Medical Association Physician of the Year in 2000, and the AAMP's Physician of the Year in 2007. He is a true believer in the healing power of nature. Students, faculty, and guests, Dr. Paul Mittman. Please be seated.
Good morning. Sonoran University of Health Sciences, College of Naturopathic Medicine class of 2024. First off, I'd like to welcome and thank your family and friends whose love and support is so important to your success and well-being. This past spring, I had the privilege of spending time with your class, unfortunately under tragic circumstances. The hidden blessing for me was to bear witness to your compassion, your love and resilience during this time of loss. And I think the last time that we all saw each other was at Micah's memorial service. And so I'd like to just take a moment for us to take a few moments in reflective prayer for people who are not here with us to celebrate today, and particularly for your classmate. And so let's take a moment of silence. Thank you. One day, during my 4th year of naturopathic medical school 36 years ago, I looked at my classmates and thought, wow, these guys look different. Though we were still medical students, we appeared more like professional colleagues, carrying ourselves with new confidence. We spoke in the declarative clinical language of medicine to describe our patients, conditions, and treatment plans. And what began imperceptibly was obvious. We were becoming doctors. Our clinical training, caring for other human beings, catalyzed this change. It felt more than incremental growth. It felt like a transformation. In nature, matter can change state depending on the surrounding environment. Like ice, turns to water when the heat causes the molecules that are arranged in icy crystalline structure to vibrate violently enough until the solid becomes liquid. And conversely, under progressive loss of temperature, water chills degree by degree, but remains a liquid until the temperature reaches 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and then it's a solid. It's ice. And living organisms typically grow incrementally too, but can change states. For example, a tree grows taller with each passing year, but to go from a pine cone to seedling isn't just growth. The combination of soil, water, and light unlock the potential within the seeds, resulting in a change of state. Same DNA, whether in the dormant seed or the towering tree. And we see equally striking changes of state in the animal kingdom. For example, picture the metamorphosis of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. The change of state, again, is not merely growth and maturation. It's a complete transformation into what would look like a different being, same DNA, whether in the crawling caterpillar or the fluttering butterfly. On Monday, SCNM will undergo a state change from Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine to Sonoran University of Health Sciences. And today, you start that state change yourselves. The metamorphosis from student to clinician, en route to becoming a physician. You unlock that potential degree by degree through the studies over the last 2 years in your classes and your labs. The responsibility to help care for patients, to heal the sick, is, however, profoundly different than studying in class. It builds on your acquired knowledge and skills, yet it requires you to think, act, and comport yourselves in a completely different manner. And correspondingly, the rewards, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually, increase exponentially. As you walk this stage, you cross a threshold from which there's no turning back. The steps you take today are not incremental, they are transformational. This white coat ceremony celebrates this metamorphosis. You've already experienced rites of passages that commemorate important moments in your lives, birth, the transition to adulthood, perhaps marriage. The stethoscope ceremony heralded your entry into medical school. And in less than 2 years, commencement will mark the next phase in your metamorphosis to being a physician. Your white coat also symbolizes a deeper meaning. It encompasses the blank, unbiased canvas onto which your patients will write their stories. And to me, when I was in practice and I would put on my white coat, it helped me separate sacred activities from the ordinary. And when I talk about sacred, it's changing into the white coat prior to see a patient. You step out of the ordinary. Your drive to the medical center or whatever clinical site you're in, the mundane conversations, etc. And so I ask you to use the act of donning your white coat, or at times when you're not wearing a white coat and you're in scrubs ready to see a patient, to take a moment and pause, take a deep breath, and reflect on the sanctity of this moment, the sanctity of your calling to help heal the sick. Whatever meaning you impart, I urge you to make the most out of these next 2 years. Your intention, preparation, and follow-up will help shape your patient encounters and the depth of learning and understanding you gain. And so approach this work with reverence. Congratulations to each of you for the hard work, dedication, and perseverance that helped you reach this milestone on your journey to becoming naturopathic physicians. And so on behalf of your teachers, attending physicians, and all of us who work at Sonoran University, we wish you success and learning over the next 2 years. Best wishes, and God bless. Okay. It is my pleasure to introduce Patrick Sullivan, Jr., CEO of Jigsaw Health, who have been sponsoring the white coat ceremony now for the last 5 years. Jigsaw is a natural partner for this event. Not only do they produce quality nutritional supplements, but they are big supporters of naturopathic medicine and Sonoran alums. And when Jigsaw conducted a study on the effects of time-release magnesium supplementation on cardiac risk factors, they turned to a naturopathic physician as the principal investigator. In fact, they chose a Sonoran alumnus, Dr. Weiss, for that role. And so it is a distinct honor and pleasure for me to introduce to all of you Patrick Sullivan.
There are 6 principles to naturopathic medicine, the second of which is vis medicatrix naturae, the healing power of nature. My dad and I created Jigsaw Health because we believe very much in this philosophy. You see, my dad struggled for 30 years with various chronic health challenges, GI issues, fatigue, anxiety, sleepless nights. He would say that he white-knuckled it for most of his life and pretty much all of my childhood. In the early 90s, he decided if there is an effect, then there must be a cause, and he began to read every health book that he could get his hands on. He was on the hunt for tolle causum, the third principle of naturopathic medicine, which means identifying and treat the underlying causes. One of the more important pieces he discovered was that he was severely deficient in magnesium. Now, for those of you that don't know, magnesium is an essential mineral, an electrolyte actually, except for some reason magnesium is never really included in sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerade. I often say that magnesium is the Rodney Dangerfield of minerals. It just can't get no respect. Now, my wife keeps telling me that the Rodney Dangerfield is an outdated reference, and I keep telling her I know, but I like doing the impression. Jigsaw Health has become known as the Magnesium People, and we make America's #1 time-release magnesium, Mag-SRT. It's commonly cited that magnesium is involved in over 325 biochemical reactions inside of the body. But that number is from the 1950s. And it was a best guess by Harvard medical professor Dr. Burt Valley. More recently, magnesium researcher Morley Robbins, a.k.a. Magnesium Man, has found, based on new research, it's involved in at least 3,751 biochemical reactions. And students, there will be a pop quiz to name all of those here in a moment in order to get your white coat. Thankfully, there's actually a very simple way to know if you are experiencing a magnesium deficiency. Do you get nighttime leg cramps? So you see, muscle tension, especially leg cramps at night, is one of the first signs of a potential magnesium deficiency. And that's because magnesium is Mother Nature's original chill pill. It's like a massage you can swallow. It's like yoga in a bottle. At Jigsaw Health, we like to say laughter is the best medicine, and magnesium is a close second. Maya Angelou said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." Parents, family members, friends, take extra pride in the step that these students are taking today. They've discovered that naturopathic medicine is a better way. Students, it's time to put on the white coats and get ready for the good stuff. The stuff I'm sure you've all been waiting to get to. The poking, the prodding, the stitching, the sewing, the doctoring. You can now begin the fourth principle, tolle totem, or in English, treating the whole person. And this is a major step in your journey to become docere, or doctor as teacher. The fifth principle. As CEO of Jigsaw Health, I'm incredibly honored to have you wear our tagline on the left sleeve of your white coats. It's fun to feel good. When you read that each day, I want you to remember that Team Jigsaw is here to support you in any way that we can, because that's what we all want, to feel good, because it's fun. Although let's just stick with it's fun to feel good. That's better. Thank you, Dr. Mittman, for giving Jigsaw this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember nothing else I've said here today, remember this: laughter is the best medicine, magnesium is a close second. Thank you very much. Congratulations, students.
Thank you, Dr. Mittman and Mr. Sullivan, for your insights and humor. Ironically, I had a leg cramp last night, so you know what I'm going to be doing after today's ceremony. So at this time, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the student leaders who have helped steer their class to this point in their journey and who have made this celebration possible today. Their hard work and altruistic drive provide a source of cohesion and camaraderie for their class. Their hard work and altruistic... pardon me. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Class President Ryan Kuhn. Class Vice President Savannah Coe. Treasurer Ashley Burnett. Secretary Harmon Soroya. And Social Chair Kim Lopez. Everybody likes a good social chair. The class would also like to recognize the invaluable assistance of Raquel Welsh-Perez, Manager of Student Advising and Engagement, for organizing this event. Thank you all for your hard work. The medical school journey is not an easy one. The path to becoming a doctor is vigorous and tiring. However, with them on this journey have been their faculty. These dedicated teachers have motivated, urged, challenged, and sometimes dragged these students through copious amounts of medical information and practices. However, without these committed educators, this class would not be here today. In particular, the class would like to recognize one teacher who they feel summed up their basic medical sciences experience to date and represents an outstanding commitment to the students. In the words of the class, this faculty member deserves this award because he is always approachable and welcoming to all questions. He puts the students at ease through his hands-on, interactive teaching style that kept students engaged. And of course, he helped them through anatomy with his Friday night prep classes. In short, they felt he was always going above and beyond what was expected. This year's Foundational Sciences Award winner is Dr. Tony Panazza. All right, we surprised them. That was a good one. All right, congratulations, Dr. Panazza, on your Foundational Sciences Award. It is a tradition of the White Coat ceremony to gain insight into the experiences that have brought the class of spring 2024 to this point in their journey. As such, we have two speakers to help provide us with some understanding of their journey thus far, one from the perspective of the student and the other from faculty. Our first speaker today is Savannah Coe. While there are many students who could speak on behalf of this cohort, they thought that out of all the qualified candidates, Savannah represented them the best. More specifically, Savannah was the grounded support to her cohort after the passing of their classmate, Micah Gamaru. She reached out and connected with her class, becoming the light for them in a dark time. Moreover, Savannah represents all the skills that her class feels are the hallmarks of the naturopathic doctors they hope to be one day: determined, assured, knowledgeable. Here to share the class of spring 2024's journey thus far, Ms. Savannah Coe.
Okay. Thank you to my cohort for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'm truly so honored. First, I would like to take a moment to address all the support systems out there. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us and believing in us. Whether it be an encouraging word, a phone call, a cup of coffee, or meeting a financial need, it has truly made all the difference. And it is a fundamental reason of why we are here today, so thank you. I've struggled to put to words what these past 2 years represent, most particularly our experience. The pandemic presented this cohort with an array of uncertainties and ambiguity to our medical school experience. As a cohort, we experienced the isolation of learning from the confines of our home, the difficulty of socializing and maintaining a sense of community in a virtual environment, and the sadness felt for students not still with us on this journey. I would be remiss to leave out the important additions of this time, such as the increase of white hairs on our head and added strength to our visual prescriptions, all vital components of our past 2 years. I list these experiences to remind us of what we have endured and recognize the gravity it carries. This time has been extraordinarily different than anyone that has preceded us. Often, when unanticipated challenges arise, it can be easy to see an experience such as this for its losses and its lack. And yet, we persisted. We are here today, each one of us, so let us sit with that and let it sink in. Let us recognize this major milestone for its full weight and celebrate what we have overcome because it is truly extraordinary. My hope is that this empowers us, reminding us of what we are capable of and recenter our focus on what we are here to do, to produce a newfound conviction for this next half of our journey and beyond. So, I believe this puts us in a position where we have a choice. We've experienced life in the world of medicine in one of the most divisive, obscure times of our generation. How will we step into the future? How will we step into the world as future physicians? Will we add to the discord through personal bias? Will we stand by the sidelines indifferent? Or will we task ourselves with creating something better, something unified? Although we have 2 years until that time comes, I believe the intention and cultivation starts now. We stand at a crossroads where we can allow this time to harden us and become jaded in the process, or we can allow it to refine us and refuel our passions and require more for ourselves, our future patients, and the future of naturopathic medicine. I believe each one of us chose this particular type of medicine for a specific reason, and oftentimes it's personal, and that's what makes it so powerful. We all bring something so specific and so singular to the table. That thing is why we are all here and why we have persevered and is needed to contribute to the future of naturopathic medicine. It can be easy to be doubtful of this journey, to question whether we are capable to fully embrace the responsibility of what it means to be a doctor, to be accountable for someone's health. I've struggled with this myself many times. But I encourage us all to trust that we are often equipped with much more than we are willing to believe. Look at where we are now. I believe that naturopathic medicine is the medicine that fills in the gaps. It represents hope and freedom and empowerment for so many people that seek it out. It is the medicine that presses in and takes the step further. I wholeheartedly believe that it can change the world of medicine, but this capacity is shaped by us and our commitment to its growth. There is someone very important to me that is supposed to be here today. Her name is Micah Gumaru. She was my best friend, and she was our classmate. Micah was known by our cohort for her infectious laugh, her captivating personality, and loving heart. Micah embodied what it meant to press in and take the step further. She invited me in as a friend. Sorry, I can't see. As a friend and into her family, but her compassion did not end there. She had the biggest heart for community health. Her passion was to provide policy change in the world of medicine for those that did not have access, to provide naturopathic medicines to the ones that needed it most. We have lost so much in losing her in this cohort. As much as it pains me to continue this journey without her, my purpose has shifted because of her. I carry her and her legacy with me, knowing that she will live on through me and how I practice medicine. So I challenge us all today to remember why we are here. I urge us all not to take this appointment lightly, to not fall into the pits and rhythms of apathy and indifference, but because not everyone has this opportunity. I do not say this to evoke guilt, but to elicit a sense of purpose. We have so much responsibility as well as criticism coming into this field, and we are in need of advocates and champions of change. What will you be? There's a phrase I've lived by for the past few years, and it goes, everything is given, nothing is promised. We were placed in this position of opportunity for such a time as this. Let us not waste it, and let us take hold of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. Now for the faculty's perspective. After graduating from SCNM in 2020, Dr. Panaza completed a year of residency in family practice, followed by additional 2 years in a homeopathic residency. He is now a third-year resident and adjunct faculty in the Basic Medical Sciences Department. The class asked Dr. Panaza to speak today, not only as the well-deserving winner of the Foundational Sciences Award, but also because they feel he embodies the very concepts of educator. He stands as an example of what these future doctors wish to become: respected, trusted, and passionate about naturopathic medicine. Students, faculty, and guests, Dr. Tony Panaza.
Wow, I wanted to say thank you first. I was not expecting the award, so thank you very much. It was very much a surprise. But as Dean Donnelly just announced, I'm Tony Panaza. I've been with these guys for like 2 years. It's a lot of fun. But first, I would like to congratulate you guys on making it to your white coat. That's super exciting. And then I would like to point out I am their second choice of speaker for this occasion. I know this because they told me. Not once, but twice. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I am honored to be here today. I'm very excited for you guys. And I hope I can shed some light on your 2 years here from my perspective. I teach anatomy. So from my position, I think I have the best position here at the school because I get to be with the students for basically the first 2 years. I get to watch them grow, and evolve. You guys in particular grew a lot. When I first met you, you're about this big, mostly because of Zoom, but look at you now, full grown. But no, I really do like it because I get to watch you guys grow. And first day, when you come into anatomy lab, your hopes, your dreams, your excitement, it's infectious. And it's a ton of fun. And then week 6 hits, and your hopes and dreams kind of turn into, I hope I pass midterms. Mostly anatomy. But no, I really do like what I get to do, and you guys knocked it out of the park, especially with having to accommodate for the pandemic. It's probably some of the hardest learning you guys have had to do. But you guys killed it. And then in your second year, you moved into my class, Phys Med, where you learned to feel bony structures, understand like what might be causing a patient's pain, all sorts of kind of fun things. And I remember to this day, that was your first in-person class, and I told you guys to partner up. And it was a bit like an awkward middle school dance. I was like, oh, okay. But You guys killed it. You quickly partnered up with each other, and I got to see friendships flourish over the next year. It was a ton of fun to watch. I do know that I threw a lot at you in Phys Med, along with Gen Med and all your other classes, and I'm pretty sure at least 20% stuck. I feel pretty good about that. Okay. And then you also have what is called around here Stab Lab. Stab Lab is the lab where everybody gets to learn how to draw blood, administer IVs, and I'd like to say from a third-party observer, it's really not that bad. There's very little blood loss. Everybody does great. They're all nervous, but you guys kill it. You guys do great. From a first-party observer standpoint, as you guys can probably attest to, it is a bloodbath. Absolutely terrifying. But you guys made it. Slightly anemic, but nonetheless, you're here. No, but in all seriousness, moving into your clinical education, I would like to give you a little bit of a story. This story was told to me by an old ER physician, and to my knowledge, it's not true. It just has a good message. So I will give that to you now. So there were researchers who were really interested in the behaviors of monkeys. Well, it's a good story. Hold on. So they stuck 4 monkeys in a cage. And in the middle of that cage, they put a ladder. And at the top of the ladder, they hung some bananas, because monkeys like bananas. So every time that a monkey would try and climb the ladder, they would squirt all of the monkeys, regardless of who was climbing, squirt all the monkeys with water, which I assume monkeys don't like. I'm just assuming there. I don't know. But they quickly learned that you don't climb the ladder if you don't want to get squirted with water. So interestingly enough, the researchers were like, okay, well, we're going to switch out one monkey. So they took one of the old monkeys out and put a new monkey in. And he was curious, as monkeys are, so he starts climbing the ladder. And the monkeys, the other 3 monkeys, pull him back down, beat him up just a little bit, enough that he knows not to climb the ladder. So they proceeded to do this another cycle round until all the monkeys were replaced. So they now have 4 monkeys in there who had never once been sprayed with water. Not once. But they refused to climb the ladder in the middle. They didn't know why. They just didn't climb the ladder. So I tell you this story not to show how mean researchers can be, but to actually have you consider, when you move into clinical education, why you're doing something. Always know why. There has to be a reason. So if you're going to prescribe a medication, why? What is the outcome? If you're going to prescribe a supplement, why? What is the outcome? And all of the things that we know are good, just have a reason for it. That way your treatment is directed and you know and you can explain to the patient why you chose to do this. I also say this, if you are the only monkey climbing the ladder, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. So you won't know until you actually try. So try and climb the ladder. At the worst, you can get squirted with water, and you know not to climb that ladder anymore. But definitely try, because you won't know what happens until you actually try. Dr. Axelrod does keep a squirt bottle, so be careful. No, I believe that's my time. So I want to say to Class 2024, congratulations. Thank you for listening to me. And from our Phys Med, I would like to say we're all in this together.
Thank you, Dr. Panazza. Now for the moment you've all been patiently waiting for, the presentation of the white coats. So while the students make their way backstage for the presentation, please allow me to introduce the doctors who will be participating in this section of the program. Dressing the students in their coats will be Dr. Joseph Vasquez. Dr. Vasquez is the Associate Dean of Clinical Education and is representing the transition of these students from the didactic studies to the practice of medicine. Dr. Vasquez is a graduate of the National University of Health Sciences with a doctorate of Naturopathic Medicine in 2013. After graduation, Dr. Vasquez has served in several educational roles, including as an assistant professor and clinical faculty for NUHS, where he developed new assessment techniques for clinical learning outcomes, published several studies on naturopathic therapies for Lyme disease, contributed to multiple councils and medical organizations, and also served as editor of the Encyclopedia of Alternative Medicine. He is also a member of the New England Journal of Medicine Insights Council, where he contributes to topics on healthcare transformation. Leading the students in the White Coat Oath will be Dr. Jennifer Munt. Dr. Munt is a naturopathic doctor and graduate of SCNM, class of 2009. After graduation, Dr. Munt was a general family practice resident at SCNM, then opened her own clinic where she was medical director and main practitioner of Delete Tattoo Removal and Laser Salon. However, Dr. Munt's true passion is teaching. She has been in basic sciences adjunct faculty for SCNM since 2011, focusing on anatomy. The class appreciate her thoughtful approach to teaching. In particular, this class noted that her passion to help them understand all aspects of anatomy, that she was always firm but demanding, but equally empathetic and supportive. They could tell that she truly cares that they succeed. And finally, President Paul Mittman will be congratulating the students on this milestone and welcoming them to the clinical training portion of their studies. So, without any further delay, I believe everybody's ready. Today's White Coat recipients: Santara Bradley. Ashley Burnett. Ryan Kuhn. Morgan Contronio. Maria Completo. Michelle Durney. John Hebner. Morgan Instone. Zane Calavesis. Michelle Kirk. Savannah Coe. Anne Leo. Kim Lopez. Melissa May Mateo. Sean McGovern. Marina McMorrow. Jack Meister. Cat Mountain. Lynn Go. Lily Neester. Victoria Nunez. Madison Page. Rachel Perrin. Gabriella Richards. Jennifer Rissman. Harmon Soroya. Kayla Schaffert. Kayvon Shamsha. Sister Rose Willenbring. Catherine Williams. Alyssa Wiseman. Emma Youngins. White coat recipients, I ask that you please rise as you are able while I bring to the podium Dr. Jennifer Munt, who will lead you in the white coat oath.
Okay, guys, please repeat after me. I, and then state your name. As a student of Sonoran University of Health Sciences, will enter the clinical portion of my educational training with an open mind and an eager spirit. I will incorporate the information that I have learned in the classroom with the knowledge that is now being passed on to me by my clinical supervisors. As a student clinician, I will parallel my therapeutic approach to the basic principles of naturopathic medicine. First, do no harm. The healing power of nature. Identify and treat the cause. Treat the whole person. Physician as teacher. And prevention is the best cure. I will treat each patient individually. I will look for the cause and treat the whole person. Each time I wear my white coat, I will do so with honor for those that trust me. with an open mind for those that are educating me, and with respect and responsibility for those that have paved the way before me in this profession. Congratulations, class of Spring 2024.
Congratulations to all of today's White Coat recipients, and welcome to the next phase in your journey. Family and guests, thank you for joining us today for this important milestone. We look forward to seeing you all at their next big milestone, graduation. This concludes our ceremony. I ask that everyone please rise as you are able. You're already there. As today's White Coat recipients recess from the auditorium. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.